Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, February 20th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is the power of my love is a miraculous force. And today, yesterday for some, but mostly today, we have new moon in Pisces energy. We have Venus shifting into Aries. And these are the big things. These are the big things for this week. I love to do a week ahead on Mondays. The only thing I want to do before we dig into this major energy is mention on Tuesday we're going to have Mercury and Uranus working in a square at 2:22 p.m. Pacific time. Anytime we have Mercury and Uranus engaged, the mental electrical energies can be off the charts stimulating. So be aware of that. We'll touch back on that a little bit after we dig into this beautiful new moon and Venus moving into Aries. So, new moon in Pisces is happening at 11:06 p.m. Pacific time. That's 2:06 a.m. Eastern time, just for reference point. Or 1:06. 1:06. My math is not great. Like, what time is it here in Central Time? No, I was right. No, I was right. My first math was right. Okay, sorry. Math is not my strong suit. 2:06 a.m. Pacific Time, 1:06 Central, 12:06 Mountain Time. There we go. So, this new moon in Pisces at 1 degree Pisces, the very beginning of Pisces, is setting us up for the next, 29 days basically of Sun in Pisces to work our magic, to work our faith, to lean in to the mystic. As I was sitting down to record, that was one of the songs that I heard. The other one has to do with Venus and Aries. Hopefully I can remember that one. But the song that I heard when I was leaning into the new moon energy was Into the Mystic, which I love. And we're being called to remember, to bring forth our inner mystic in this energy, to recognize ourselves as miraculous beings who bring forth the miraculous through love most of the time, although we can bring through miracles through a lot of different energies. So, keeping in mind as we plant our seeds, plant intentions, that we are in co-creation together, and the highest level we can co-create from is love for the highest good of all. Keeping that in mind. Now, this energy is hopefully seeding faith, seeding good energy for us moving forward. I posted my card that I pulled for today, which was actually the star card. I posted it in the stories on Facebook and Instagram. And the star card is a card reminding us there's a bright future. There's so much good that we can hope for. And coming out of last week's intensity and some of the events in the world, I needed that reminder. And so hopefully this is a good reminder for you that despite world events, there are more of us here co-creating with love, with beautiful intentions than there are otherwise. And our power is strong. So keeping that in mind, moving forward, is important in this day and age. So plant those seeds, get some strong roots going with this new moon in Pisces, because it's also preparing us for Saturn moving into Pisces on March 7th, which is going to ultimately strengthen our faith, but also probably challenge it at times. So we want to strengthen it in and through this energy. The Sabian symbol, I'm like, where did I put my book? The Sabian symbol for this new moon, there it is, reminds me that we're all here working together. Sorry, I thought I had it marked. I'm just going to Pisces it. Okay. Saving symbol for 1 degree Pisces. In a crowded marketplace, farmers and middlemen display a great variety of products, which reminds us of, the seeds we're all planting. What products are you aiming for in the seeds that you're planting? I actually do have the ripeness card. So be aware of what you are growing with your energy in this Pisces new moon. But it's a reminder, we all have gifts. We all have produce that others are needing. And so just remembering that we're working together in this co-creation. We are all part of the oneness. Pisces reminds us of the oneness. Now with Sun and Moon and Neptune and Venus for a few more hours in Pisces, the escapism can be strong. And yet my feeling is that more than ever, the universe is like, we need you to be here now. So please be present in this energy. If you need to escape, let it be into a productive way of using your illusion by daydreaming energies into being, into what you would like to call forth. Make sure to make time for that, but also make time and space for your presence, because we need your produce. We need what you are producing with your seeds of intention on this planet. I just want to also mention that I think that this is the most magical new moon that we have in the year ahead. Every new moon has its purpose. This is the one where the magic and the miracles are seated. So keep that in mind. And while the new moon is at its peak at that time that I mentioned, 11:06 p.m. Pacific time, over the next few days of the moon in Pisces, it is holding that magic. And Sun in Pisces carries that magic, and Saturn in Pisces over the next 3 years, starting in March, will also have this magic. So we have a lot of time where we can practice our produce. So let us dig into, speaking of produce, lettuce, let us dig into Venus in Aries. That's ridiculous. Venus is going to move into Aries at 11:55 p.m. Pacific time. Now, let me state that when Venus shifts into a sign, it's at 0 degrees, and that 0 degrees can feel a little graceless. So you may feel a little wonk between coming out of the new moon and this Venus 0 degree energy on Monday. There may be the wonk. Venus in Aries, though, is a very fun energy. The song that I heard for this when I was tuning into Venus in Aries was Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. Yeah. And that's what I was feeling, is like Venus in Aries is a really fun attraction energy. So on one level, we're planting seeds in this new moon. And on another level, Venus in Aries is feeling very independent, fun, and flirty. The attraction, fiery, passion energy is very strong with Venus in Aries. And we can use that in interpersonal relationships, but we can also use that in our dance with the universe. And that's what I'm kind of feeling, is like, this is a call, Venus in Aries, to feel yourself. Like, love the energies that you've brought here and dance and flirt with the universe and be like, are you going to go my way? Bring it on, universe. Bring it in. So utilizing the Venus energy of attraction with Venus in Aries can be very powerful in your co-creation work with the Pisces energy. That's really fun. I think with Venus in Aries, it's good to be aware that the fiery nature can be overly fiery and can be very passionate and impatient and easily ired is the word I'm hearing. Ire. Building the ire, building that inner fire. And so notice that whether it is in relationship with yourself, relationship with the universe, relationship with another, that is going to be spiking in this energy. So do keep that in mind. Is there anything else I want to talk about with Venus and Aries at this time? I think we'll see Venus and Aries evolve as we move through and maybe talk about it more. I do want to look at the other astro energies. So I have to say, I pulled cards twice because the first time I pulled the cards, I was like, what? This does not feel like the energy of Monday. I had literally all swords cards. And the top of them was the mind card, which I pulled again. And this feels like this building square between Mercury and Uranus. So our mental energies may be very spiky, very prominent today even, especially with Venus, not yet used to the fire. So be aware of what your mental energies are doing. I would also say, being that we have Uranus squaring Mercury, be very aware of your personal values, that Uranus in Taurus energy, that you're holding strong with them and recognizing that your highest values can support the community. So just keep that in mind through the day. What is important to you has its reasons, right? Your frequency is important. This is also doubling down as Mercury and Chiron are in connection, Chiron in Aries. And so that's actually today that we're feeling Chiron and Aries connecting to Mercury. So who you are is important in the community. Keeping that in mind. As we lean into our values tomorrow and through this energy. But mentally, it might get a little pulled off balance. I have the comparison card, pulled into other people's realms. So while I think it's really great to hold understanding, also be willing and able to hold your ground where you need to hold your ground. Moon in Pisces is making the rest of the connections through the day. It is connecting as well to Uranus and to Mars in the evening. I'm hearing Rumi, beyond right doing and wrong doing, there's a field, and I will meet you there. That's the feeling that I'm getting between the Pisces moon, Mars in Gemini square. There's lots of paths that can lead to oneness, and none of us have it all figured out. And I think remembering that is really important. You need to be free to listen to your intuition and not just get sucked into the mental, comparison of other things. So how is your intuition guiding you? Be willing to listen to that. It always has a reason. Even if it doesn't turn out like you think it should turn out, there's a reason your intuition is guiding you. So listening into that. That connection to Uranus, again, is feeling like today might be one of those days. Pisces are kind of like the fish, where you can get pulled out of your flow, jostled out of your flow, triggered out of your flow. And so really knowing what's important to you will help you stay in your lane, in your energy. Somebody said that they were feeling the Pisces and boundaries were like non-existent. And, South Node in Scorpio is reminding us boundaries are an important thing. While we are all one, we each have our place that we're meant to show up. So keeping that in mind in this energy. Beyond the inner voice card, I also have the creativity card, the Empress. What do you need to nurture? It might be that you are being called to nurture your intuition, nurture your faith to help you, as we're all swimming in this ocean, bumping into each other, right? Boundaryless at this time. So what do you need to nurture? That's going to help hold you in the space that you need to be held in. So I'm going to leave that here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.